We are live virtual conversations with Adriane Mays. Real talk, real women, real results. Brought to you today by the 7-day quick start playbook to authentic lead generation. It's a free copy to my real estate professionals. That's something you want to grab. But in regards to that, this kind of sparked the whole idea on understanding, talking with open conversation and this growth. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And in this world, in regards to failure, your story, that's what makes people like, trust, and know you. Being authentic and being your honest self, it's not about leads. It's not about any type of program or course. It's just being real talk. And we're not gurus, not whatsoever. We've just been a steps ahead with our heart to reach back, to help others. So you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to figure this out alone. And that's why we're here today. What up though? Adriane Mays, and I am your host for today. And shortly I'll bring on Selena Chu, an amazing warrior we're gonna talk and have the understanding of how this 7-day quick start playbook for real estate professionals, how this ties in with the whole story, how the growth, how the process, and diving into day 6 of the playbook, which is literally going to allow people to show up and learn how to tell your story and how to tell your story in the community. So this amazing opportunity and this guest, she embodies all of the things of leadership, of power, of purpose. And let me just honestly set the stage. She's a former designer, out of New York City, as well as she's a licensed real estate professional out of Arizona, and she's a mother, a hard worker, but she hasn't been just chasing success, she owns success. So even for myself, when I had a Facebook Live, I got 120 leads, and that led me to understanding this digital marketing space. She has an amazing story as well that we'll hear about soon. It's not about money, it's not about momentum, it's about clarity. It's about understanding this AI gives you an automation to give you something called freedom. Freedom to do and build with online. So what fuels my fire? I'm known to come from greatness. My cousin Chris Bosh, he played, it is an NBA Hall of Famer. And I've been in billionaire homes. He's shown me what's possible. And it's not just about legacy or spotlight for me. It's empowering someone else and to be able to relate, to do the work. And that's why we're here. We're here because, again, with this series, I'm honing in today how it's celebrating Selena Chu. She's a warrior in every sense of the word. She's, like I said, a designer. She's literally hearing her story. One moment transformational story, seriously. But she's a powerful mother of 2. And the husband of my powerful coach, Coach Daniel Chu with Passion Over Profits. And literally what it means to rise through it all. Her story, just managing multi-millions in regards to being an interior design. Hearing how life stopped her a little bit in her tracks after having a life-altering surgery. Just how she was miraculously pregnant in the whole ordeal, and it turned that into 6 months of healing and growth for herself, reflection, rediscovery, and led her to the digital marketing journey. This real estate professional, my friends, is amazing. She has faced her fears, faced everything and recovered. This staying stuck wasn't anything on her mindset. And I have the honor of being able to speak with her today just to get this whole idea. We're not chasing leads. We're not chasing more clients. We're honestly trying to attract those that have a story to tell. She attended Funnel Hacking Live, she shared with me, and that was her transformational moment in regards to the online space. And I had that same shift as well. Ordinary people can build extraordinary brands online. This billionaire brand that we're building together, we're showing what can happen when women say yes to legacy, brand building, and digital freedom. We're not just here to talk, we're doing real talk. So what I'm going to do is, honestly, we're going to bring on Selena, and we're going to have this a real casual format where I'm going to ask a few questions, she's going to ask a few questions, and then we're going to end with the top 5. And Selena, thank you so much for actually having the opportunity to be on stage with us here today to be able to engage. And so let's just kind of start. Like I said, we're going to go popcorn style. And there's my coach Daniel, and the captain of everything. Well, Coach Daniel, thank you so much for the support from both you guys. Because seriously, we wouldn't be here without where you had to be as well. But let's just jump right in, Selena, in regards to the question, okay? I want to honestly ask you.
That was a great introduction.
No, but hey.
Chris Bosh. That was my idol when I was a kid.
Oh, well, see how God works.
I'm gonna hook me up next time. Yeah.
You're stuck with me with lifetime coaching, so you will meet him at some type of point. So that's okay.
No. Thank you, Adriane.
No, thank you. You are amazing. So tell me, Slim.
You're a powerful woman.
Oh.
Wow, you're warriors. I see your work ethic and everything, and you are amazing. And then I'm so excited for this live. This is actually my very first
one.
live.
Yeah.
So I'm actually a little bit nervous. So
you are in good hands.
Right in.
Yes, you're in great hands. So don't even worry. Like I said, it's real casual conversation. So Selena, I honestly want to ask you, you walked away from your dream career and for your family. So what helped you find your purpose again and kind of show up online as this beautiful digital marketer with your first live as well? Kind of share with me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I was an interior designer. I graduated as an interior design major, and I work in a hospitality design firm, and we do beautiful hotels and retail space. And then we decided to have a life together, and then we moved to California. And then I got my own project. I have a client. They just bought a $1 million home, and they wanted to have a designer to do interior design to change into their own taste. So that's what I've been doing. And then the project was amazing, but also because I had to, in the process, I have to learn how to put my team together and it's a lot. So at the end, I kind of burned out from the work because we used to live in Westwood, and then the job site was in Newport Beach. So I have to commute like 2 hours each way.
Oh, wow.
And then I remember I was working with my architect, team up with an architect, and I have an assistant. We all together for this project. And it was very overwhelmed, like the amount of work that I have to put into it to make it happen. Because at first they said, well, we'll just something casual, change the carpet, paint. But then it turned into a $2 million project, literally. So it actually, I have to, they hire a whole crew from Dubai to come in to do entire house automation and everything. So it was really, it turned into a big project. So we actually basically flipped the house, like everything. Like we changed the layout, everything you see, like from floors to ceiling, everything, and all the lighting, all the automation, kitchen. So it was quite a lot. I do enjoy the process, because that's what my passion is. But at the end, it really burns me out. So when I finished with the project, after I finished the project, we were thinking about, I need to take a break. And then I found out I have fibroids in my uterus, and the doctor said, I'm sorry, you might not be able to get pregnant because of that. So let's deal with that first, and then we'll talk about, maybe having a baby. So that's why I went in to have a surgery to remove my fibroids. And then it turned out after a week, I go back to check my wound, and the doctor said, oh, I'm sorry, but it looks like it's possibly a cancer. It could likely be, the result is not looking so good. So I was like, my head was blanked. I totally turned, it just shut down. And then I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do with my life? And then the following week, I came back to the hospital and check on it. And the doctor said, well, wait a minute, you're pregnant. I'm like, what? I'm still like, I just got my stomach cut open, and I'm now pregnant. I thought it was impossible for me, but God has a plan, God has a plan for me, and I'm super thankful for that. So that's why, my first child was actually a miracle child because I wasn't really expected. So being said, I had my stomach open. I did a traditional way, like just like a C-section, like cut it open and get that out. And then realized I was realized I was pregnant. So I was literally laying in bed for 6 months just to try to recover and try to, because I don't want to have a miscarriage. I was afraid that, my stomach is getting bigger and bigger every day. How am I going to sustain the baby? So, and then I gained 50 pounds during the pregnancy, just, to have the baby. So, and after all that, I feel like I was focusing being a mom. And that's what I learned to do, for the whole time. And I was like, I don't know, what should I, because I wanted to help, because at the time my husband also lost his job. So we were kind of in a financial, we were struggling with our financial situation. So I wanted to help, but with the baby and everything, I didn't know, what should I do? So make the story short, so what happened for me for the internet space is I can build a business with my family. So I don't have to choose. Because if I wanted to choose the old path, that's gonna suck up all, majority of my time to build a team and running around, the job site visit, building up the drawings, stay late at night. But with the family and doing all that, I don't think that is gonna happen. So that's why when it actually takes some time, because when Daniel started, it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy. Everybody, it's not easy to be a beginner. I get it, because I was there watching Daniel all the way. His first sale was $7. At the time, I was like, how are you gonna support the family with $7? That's kind of insane, but he is.
Because she said, "Hey, Daniel, why can't you just be a normal husband, right? You can keep the family.
Why don't you get a real job?
Why don't you get another real job?" That's exactly what she said.
I was super skeptical. I'm like, the most, I'm very conservative. I actually, like how Asian people, they think, not Asian, maybe just me. I'm very skeptical. So for me, to change my mindset, because I come from a family like everybody thinks, you have to have a good degree, you go to school, you work hard. I was at school, I was on the dean's list, my project was displayed at the library, and when I work, all my workers were like, they rely on me, because I can do, I can do AutoCAD really fast, I can do Photoshop really fast. So, I was that kind of person, but then coming from that and then have the family, things changed, and then having the surgery, and that, it's not something that I want anymore, because I value my family more now, rather than, the career. That's why it took me so long being a stay-at-home mom, because I wanted to take care of my family. And then, but watching Daniel's, progress, by doing everything online, that really planted a seed in my head. Because watching him from being, a beginner making $7 up to his first sales. And I remember when he used to be an affiliate marketer, working for other people. I don't want to mention names, but he still owes him a lot of money. But anyways. So he was cranking sales like crazy. We were on vacation and sales he just closing. We were like, oh my goodness, this is the life. We can travel, and then, he closed sales on the go. How amazing is that?
Right.
But I didn't see that for me at the moment, because I think, oh, okay, it's great. He's finally he's contributing so much for the family. But I was watching on the side, and I was like, I wanted to help, because being a mom for so long, I started to feel I miss the work, I miss, not just being a mom, instead of, to build something on your own, and then helping him, grow. It really inspired me, because he's not just making money for himself. He also helped a lot of people at the same time. We do see other people struggle, but then he guide them through and then helping them and then watch their success. They also made it, and that brings us joy that I cannot explain. It's like you build a business and you create a better life, but at the same time you're helping others to create, to create their dream life, and that actually made me think, this is something, it's above and beyond. That's something I really wanted to do as well.
All right, pause. Wait.
Let me say this because I know this, Coach. I got to do it.
You can talk more. You might be.
But you know what? Honestly, Selena, let me just say this real quick because let me say it real quick though, because this past weekend, Daniel doesn't even know this. This past weekend, I've been, going to trains, and all of a sudden he said, "Adriane, I have something for you." And so I looked on my messenger, and he was like, gave a core marketing message and a case study, and gave me an opportunity to be a case study for the process, kind of getting in this crazy Adriane. And I saw that on my phone, and I said, you know what, you're helping me. He said, forget about the money, Adriane. I right now want to see you succeed. It touched my heart so much. I paid it for it as well, and had my cousin Joe Bosch is doing the training. I did a landing page for him because what Daniel did for me. So sometimes it's just not about the money. It's about, like you said, helping people. And I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have the help. Of course, all the mentors in the past too, but Daniel, you have been far and beyond. So Selena, we are just blessed to have him as our coach. but I had to be honest, because being a part of this millionaire case study, I am honestly know I'm going to get there and get to billionaire status. So it's just a process.
Yeah, so Selena has a question for you, okay? But before we even ask the question, I want to do a quick commercial here. All right, if you are a real estate professionals, right? Like Zach, I see in the comments, right? He is in the real estate space. All right, Adriane is serving real estate professionals, okay? Teaching how real estate professionals can use the social media to get your business more leads and sales, how to get qualified first time, ready to buy home buyers, okay? So on this slide, Adriane actually created a very comprehensive step-by-step plan, okay? She's gonna give it to you guys to help your real estate business for free, okay? So just make sure you stay on the line, because at the end of the training or second part of this interview, Adriane will give you guys that resource, okay? Go ahead.
Okay, so we know that you're a broker. So, and you come across a lot of things, mortgage, nonprofit to AI. And can you tell us how do you tie everything together and make connections and build trust online?
Well, being honest right now, I said for 2025, I'm focusing as a mortgage consultant to help other real estate professionals not to get burned out in regards to this online space. My photo booth company, Smile Don't Blink Photo Booth, in regards to capturing life's moments and capturing smiles, and then understanding financial education. Like with regards to being president of my foundation, CCC Because We Care Foundation, Selena and Daniel, that's my why. Be able to pay it forward to people to understand re-engineering this education, employment, and retirement system. So honestly, the things I've learned along the way and what is possible, just setting up a system. That's why I'm so excited just to be a part of all of this. So I'm staying focused, being the change, my company, as well as my nonprofit and Smile Don't Blink Photo Booth. That's my focal point moving forward. But it's honestly because, again, we can do so much if we can just get the structure together. Having a guide and a playbook and being able to go step by step and have people cheering you on along the way. You have Daniel there. I got Coconut. And so, and yes, and I have my business partner and literally appreciative so much because Unica has literally helped in regards to getting us where hopefully we'll be sitting on the millionaire side as well. So it's a process. So I just honestly, I'll do the work, but having the steps, having support, having the community, I know now how important that is. So I thank you so much for the opportunity to even go further with that. So, and just a tag team. So we're going to keep going with it as well because, I can keep going because, like I said, when you think about being from Detroit, what up though, Detroit? And like you guys being in Arizona, I have family in Arizona as well. We can talk and do so many things, but as women, you have to multitask. Now myself, I'm single with no children. Like I said, I got Coconut. But the key thing about just this real estate process, when I had my mortgage brokerage, being the Change LLC, hiring family, trying to get all of it work, multitasking, doing leads, doing Facebook ads, just doing so many different things. And so what real estate professionals don't realize is there's help out here. There's automation. There's affiliate marketing, ways that you can automate, ways to help people in the email, right? And so you don't have to do all the work yourself. But I didn't know what I didn't know. That's why I'm so passionate. People have to get a house, right? So you gotta live somewhere. So that's why I want to help mortgage professionals, my loan officers, my realtors realize there is another way besides working and burning out, that you can actually have this automation and have help to be able to get you there. So that's what helped me create the playbook, as well as having these lives every Tuesday, because again, us together is how we're going to get to the next step, but we have to continue to empower and lift each other along the way, because a little support.
Absolutely.
You never know what can happen. So I'm going to pop it back over to you, Selena, as well. So what part of the story, because you shared so much, right, in regards to being a designer, and then, like you said, being pregnant and didn't even know it, thinking you had cancer, and honestly learning how to be a stay-at-home mom, and now this being your first live, just so many different things transition. So in saying all that, what's one part of your story that you're kind of afraid to share, but it ended up being the main thing that connected you most, that kind of got you connected to those sales that I saw, like, on your page, like getting things done? What would you say was that one thing?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
That's a great question, because that is deep down. That's a deep question, because I think my biggest fear was to talk about our financial situation, because I was, as you know, I was.
She keeps saying that. Oh, why you keep saying that you are who stays, right? I mean, how do I? I mean, what my friends looking at me like, right? Oh,
I was, because I coming out, with, not a fancy degree, but, I was a designer and I go to beautiful places. From that being a shift, doing, being, building like, $1 million project. After that, and after having kids, we're suddenly on food stamp. That was kind of something that I need time to kind of like, take in, so it was my struggle to tell my story about our financial struggles. That was my main thing. My biggest fear, because, like you say, I was worried about what my friends gonna look at me, what my not much what my family, because they know, but, but then later on, I realized that is just the outside, because we all have struggles, but once I passed over that fear and being able to, like in front of people and tell them, hey, we all have downsides, and that is, we have downsides, but how do we use that, a story to inspire other people, because people can feel related, because I was struggling, I remember when we were on food stamp, I have to really struggle, like go to the grocery store, I have to look at the prices and comparing, just to try to save a few cents. And I was so proud coming home like, hey babe, I got this cereal and it's 50 cents cheaper than the other brand, So, that is the struggle. I was trying to hide it under, not to try to show anybody. But I think once I passed that, it's becoming really powerful, because you can see the transition. We're actually building from scratch.
Transformation.
The transformation, we have nothing. And then building it from that zero foundation to now. Yes. That is how internet, the digital marketing that did to us. So that's the message right here, how it is possible. It's because before, at first, people might think, oh, it's a scam, how can you make money? What's your product? You don't have anything. People don't understand. But once you learn more about it, know more about it, it really can change your life. That is super powerful.
Yes. Great answer. Oh my gosh, great answer.
Yeah, so okay. So let's go back to Adriane.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in, okay? First live between Adriane, right? One of my proud students, and also my wife, Selena, her first live. Thank you guys for spending time tuning in. If you like this kind of raw interview, there was no rehearsal before, right? I did help them prepare a couple questions, that's it. If you like this interview so far, right, give us number 1 down below, okay? We really appreciate your support. All right, go ahead.
He tells, and you remember all this stuff, but then when you go live, it's like all the training goes out the window. Like you hear you're supposed to do the engagements. No, we really do appreciate you being here. So thanks, Zach, for showing up. Erica, our fellow Relisted Martinez, appreciate that as well. Joshua, thank you for showing up here today, my friend. We really appreciate just the support continuously. So please don't hesitate to leave comments. We'll definitely try to tune into those as well. I'm sorry, Coach. Thanks, Chris McNabb. Chris for showing up. Michelle, thank you for showing up as well. So
thank you everybody to be here with us today. So we're now back to Adriane. We know that you build a reputation, you're deeply involved in your community. So how do you show up consistently without burning out?
Great question, Selena. Seriously. Honestly, when I worked with my cousin's foundation, the Chris Bosch Foundation, that's what led me to building my own foundation 15 years ago, CCC, Because We Care Foundation. So in doing the work before coming into online space, seeing the impact you can make on people, helping people, it's honestly, I have a background in electromechanical engineering and a master's in business from Murray State University in Kentucky. I had a plan at working at General Motors as an engineering manager. But when my cousin actually started playing basketball, and then I saw the impact, the smiles you can make on kids' faces. Then honestly, after COVID, seeing the impact you can make in regards to online space and helping people, and I've always been a giver. Community has been so literally a part of my whole just DNA. That's how I was raised. That's, it takes a village to raise a child. It's not, you can't do it alone. You have family reunions every summer. So you have people you help along the way. So when I think about how the community and, just being, like I said, a proud Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated member, which is nothing but focused on community and giving back, a powerful organization of women that give back. I just been a part of community, you know what I'm saying? So when I think about just that reputation and doing it online, it's just like a no-brainer, just getting more people comfortable with knowing what's possible. The billionaire journey, it's not about money at all. It's honestly starting with the mindset to be the best version of yourself. Then that best version of yourself is just showing, like you and I and Daniel, being, helping someone else along the way. Because again, once we're there, we'll reach back and help somebody else as well. And that's how it goes. Like Robert Kiyosaki and all these big billionaires, they didn't get there by themselves. Someone reached back and helped them to get where they are, to help build who they are. And that's exactly what every day of just the struggles, the failures, the keep determination, the empowerment, is just to be a model to innovate and prosper in due time, because it's coming as long as you put your head down and keep doing the work. So like I said, the community piece for me and building that reputation as president of my foundation, I have to lead by example. I've made some mistakes, but that's what it's called. It's what you do after that mistake shows the type of person that you are. And so I'm not perfect, just like anybody else. But when you honestly come full forth and just think about all the different things I did, I just really kind of just take a step back and but God has me here. And I'm so thankful for being here to be able to be whatever voice for the community I can be. So it's just a process, right? And enjoying the journey and just knowing that as long as I continue to grow and educate myself and just, there's nothing that I can't do and anything is possible, and just helping other people do that as well. So I can keep going with this. But that is, because we're talking about passion, definitely. But so
for Adriane, because I know Adriane, I think the first time I met you was like 3 years ago, maybe?
Yes.
3 years ago? Yeah. So I basically have known Adriane for 3 years, okay? And we had the chance to work with each other like 3 years ago, right? Then Adriane went on doing other business, right? But one thing I do want to say is that her determination, okay, is second to none, okay? Her work ethic is top notch. I really say this because I think I can outwork anybody, okay? But Jonathan, I cannot, and your determination is absolutely top notch.
That is something
Because
I really admire.
this is the problem in the industry. You're gonna see a lot of people, they buy into whatever course, whatever product they bought in, because the person who sold them that product told them that they're gonna help them all the way. I'm gonna coach you, I'm gonna mentor you, if you pick up this from me, right? But we see this kind of sad stories again in the space. I bought someone from this guy, 3 months later, when I asked for help, that guy or girl checked out already, gone, right? Doesn't even reply my message.
Yep.
Sometimes people change offers all the time, right? Today I'm selling this course. Next month, I might be selling another course, another product. And the people who bought from me, from the first product I sold them, because I shifted my focus on the second product. I see all those customers, they are not getting support right now. This is a common problem, okay?
Yes.
So when you pick a coach, when you pick a product who you should buy from, I highly suggest you look at their track record, okay? I want to give Adriane all my respect, okay? Because when people going through good time, it's easy to show up.
Yeah.
You have to see when that person going through challenges, going through tough time, which everybody goes through, okay? Everybody goes through tough time. But 90% of people will check out, will change their mind, will try to find an easier route, maybe jump on a different business model. Adriane is the one, regardless whatever is happening, whether she is doing another business, right? She always show up. Okay?
She's a fighter.
She always show up.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I gotta tell the story on how we connected. It was crazy because when everything went nuts to my mortgage brokers with being a change, I saw Daniel on YouTube, free YouTube, and he was promoting one of our partners, Jonathan Montoya's Freedom course. And I saw him and I literally text messaged him because he says on the YouTube, DM him right away. And I'm like, he's not gonna hit me back. Daniel hit me back and said, I'll help you and stick with you along the way. I still have that message. It was from August 8th, 2022. And that's literally when our journey began. And honestly, when he said that he would never leave me, and when I reconnected with him March 21st, it was just like everything else was just I get emotional because I know that God has a plan. So I am such a freaking Virgo, meaning I'm all over the place sometimes. I know some of my issues. My nickname on my line with Delta Sigma Theta is Flash. So I flash it. I do. I just literally, I want success. But sometimes I don't slow down enough. My business partner, Anika Gaines, tells me this all the time. Slow down, Adriane. But I don't slow down long enough to make things work. I move around so fast. So
now
now
we need a system. We need a strategy to pull us back on track. Because sometimes, you got a lot of things on the table, especially in the internet space. You're so overwhelmed with all the gurus on the internet space.
Yes.
And you're just like, oh, I like this, I like that. You just grab everything you can and put everything together as a scramble.
Yes.
But sometimes that's not, it kind of bring you back because you spend all the energies doing everything, but nothing works.
That's right.
So that's why how critical it is to have a coach, because sometimes they can be like, hey, hold on, let's take a look, just slow down, and then we'll just be focusing on one thing, and we'll focusing on that pattern. We'll full power on that one thing and keep going, and you'll see the improvement day by day, and you'll get there. Instead of doing this 10%, doing that 10%, doing that 20%, and you're just like, So that's why strategies and systems are so critical.
Yes. So in the comments too, let me know just one word which you just literally would take away in regards to just how the interview is going. I just love to hear engagement. I appreciate Zach and Steve and everyone showing up here today. But when we think about the whole factors of success, I got to bring it to the third question here, Selena, for you. So for someone who wants to lead a brand, and I want to make sure I have the right question. Okay. So with your personal mindset, Selena, I got a great one for this one. Or your mantra, when you show up on social media, especially on those days, like being a mom of two, being an amazing wife, having so many things to do. On those days when you feel overwhelmed or unsure, what's kind of the mantra that, you kind of say to yourself to kind of motivate you to keep going?
Oh, this is a great question. Overwhelmed.
Right.
Right before this interview, overwhelmed already. Okay. This is a great question. Okay, so stay tuned, everybody. And after this question, we're gonna have Adriane share with you her amazing resource. Okay, I want to make sure everybody get that, especially if you are in the real estate space. Okay, so we're gonna have Adriane drop you a link. Now, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm here, well, the question is, I'm not here to impress, although everybody know I'm Daniel's wife, I feels like I have a shining crown on my head, but actually not, because I'm the one have to do the work by myself, because he's busy running his things, I can't, rely on him like 100%, I mean, although I still get upper hand, because we live together. So that's, I still have to put in the work, and I have to understand how it works, because that's gonna show in my content creation, and that's gonna totally show on my message. So, but the point is, I'm not here to be perfect, because I'm a new beginner. I literally just started in February. We went to Funnel Hacking Live, although I saw his progress, he's, he had his success, but that's for him. I don't know how can I do that, although I'm his wife. And also, a lot of time, the closest person, you don't see their, because you see them every day. So it's not that special anymore. It's just like looking at your son every day, and you're like, oh, your friend tell you, oh, wow, your son is grown so tall. You're like, oh, yeah, he's grown, but I don't feel the impact until I went to the Funnel Hacking Live, and I saw like so many people, like
that was Russell Brunson, right? Funnel Hacking Live.
Yeah, that was Russell Brunson. It was like, and he was on stage, I realized, and then that is the moment that hit me, and I was like, oh my goodness, he made it. He's my hero, and then I really, this is something that I can do if I really like put in the time. So I think the progress, as a beginner, I think the progress is more important, because that. I'm sure a lot of people also starting out, they're lost, they don't know what to do. But, with the right guidance and showed up consistently, people will, see you being there and, like you, trust you. That's how you, build trust. Just like when you make a new friend, you have to, show up, and then spend time with them, and then they will know you better. And then, you guys made a connection, and then, things happen. So I think I'm not here to be perfect, but just show up consistently. That makes the difference.
Yes, I definitely understand that one. Great answer. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Adriane, do you want to share that amazing ebook you made to everybody?
Yes, let's take a commercial break, because if I don't, Daniel's going to get me. So, in regards to the amazing playbook, all you have to do literally is go to realestate.beingthechangellc.com, and what will happen is you're able to, the 7-day quick start playbook to authentic lead generation for real estate professionals to attract ready to buy first-time home buyers without ads, funnels, or feeling salesy. So if you're a burned out real estate professional who's tired of chasing cold leads, wasting money on paid ads, or struggling to stand out online, this playbook here, my friends, is your honest right reset. So all you have to do, like I said, is go to realestate.beingthechangellc.com, and I'll show you. You put your name in here, and that way it'll give you access right away to the playbook that will give you step-by-step from 0 to day 7 how to actually go forward. So you'll put your email in, you'll click over, and you'll be able to come to this landing page. So if you get here to this page, that means that you're going and doing the right thing. So make sure you do this for me, is make sure you check your spam. Make sure you check your, in your email. If after about 5-10 minutes you don't receive it, come back to this landing page and click here, and you'll be able to go directly to the 7-day quick start playbook. So in this actual playbook, I want to be able to provide you the opportunity we go step by step, a message from me to start. But within this playbook, I'm starting out with mindset. And if you're burnt out as a real estate professional, understanding how to have your client message. On day 2, understanding how your gold mine is right behind the corner. Day 3, personalizing scripts. Day 4, testimonials, how to do so. And social proof. Day 5, activating strategic partners. Day 6, telling your story, showing up in the community, what we're doing here today live. But how to do that too in 60-second story templates if the going live isn't for you. As well as Day 7, follow up, momentum, and plan, which will kind of give you a layout and flow for you to go through that. As well as we have a workbook for you to be able to, my guy Chad, which is Chat GPT from the D, so able to kind of have something interactive to help you on each day to be able to interact with not only the playbook, be able to grow and build with the Passion Over Profits program. So the one actual opportunity that you're able to grow and build from is Passion Over Profits. And so in the actual playbook, we can go back over to the actual playbook. If ready, you might need a little bit more help. If there's different pages within, which will take you to opportunities to go to Passion Over Profits and to sign up as well. So again, I know it was a lot, but what the key thing is you're not alone. So go ahead and make sure that you go to Being the Change LLC and drop in your information, and that way you can get the 7-day playbook to help you understand how to show up, how to get involved in the community, and how to grow and build with your actual billionaire brand. So we're almost all finished here, friends. I appreciate all of you guys for showing up here today. Give me a 1 in the comments if something resonated with you, if you're able to go ahead and grab that actual free bonus offer. I'm gonna bring Selena back on the stage. We're gonna do something fun called the top 5, right? So with the top 5, we're gonna ask some fun questions because you know how you're out, you're out with strangers or what have you, and you got elevator music. So instead of having elevator music as real estate professionals, we're gonna do, of course, maybe you get gifts and things for your friends or things like that. But the top 5 is some questions like that random, right? You want to be random. I'm random here because I like to be excited.
Just one more thing before we do top 5.
Okay.
Adriane, are you able to maybe type that link on the comment section so it's easier for the audience to grab that ebook? Yes.
Okay, look at you. Look at Daniel getting me together. So there we go with the actual link. So that's the link that you put in. That's a great idea, Coach. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so,
especially, I really, really want to recommend this one, okay? Because Adriane is not a digital marketer trying to sell real estate offer. She was a broker, did mortgage business. So she knows in and out of the real estate business, okay? But now she is using social media marketing skill to help more real estate agents to grow their real estate business, okay? So you are actually getting advice from expert here. Make sure you get that ebook, that checklist, if you are in the real estate space, all right?
great. Good job, Coach. Okay. but yeah, so tell me, Selena, if there
again, it's like your bonus. People, whoever that they buy from you, they also get the inside. How to work with mortgage. How to tie the find leads. How to if you're a real estate professional, you'll have the inside stories. For the real estate part of it, and then and that I think that is a great bonus. If you're a real estate professional, so I will highly recommend it.
And then too, the fun thing is
okay,
with the
so
photo.
Now let's grab. Yeah.
I was gonna say with the photo booth business, it's been fun too. Like different open houses and things like that. People have been engaging and thinking about different ways to use the photo booth. I know we were on a training with Becca Duncan, and they were doing some different things, and they had a photo booth. I was like, Becca, I have a photo booth company. So it's just how you could just honestly, like you said, you start with one thing, in regards to your online space, but when you get to talk to someone, then you find out the light things, and that's where the top 5 even came from, just finding out those light things. So tell me, Selena, what's one food, if you could eat it every day of the week and never get tired of it, what would that one food be?
That would probably be eggs.
Really?
I like eggs.
Really?
I eat everything, because I cook, most of the times because of, because of the kids, mainly because we wanted to, because when you go outside, you don't know what they put in there, especially the processed food. I didn't realize that until I had my own baby, because I was dining out every day before. But after having kids, it totally changed me because we wanted to provide, organic stuff. We wanted to eat things the original form. And eggs provides a lot of nutrition, and then also it's very easy to make. And then I cook mainly Chinese food, so there's a lot of combination you can make with eggs. So
Okay.
I would say eggs.
I love it. I love it. So for me, honestly, it's been pizza. It's so
My favorite.
I can't lie to you. Like, it's been pizza. I know people like I am 5'11", 135 pounds. So weight is not an issue for me. But but we have Buddy's Pizza here in Detroit, Michigan. It's like a Pizzapopolis. I'm a pizza person. I love pizza. Like, that's my one thing. So, okay. So number 2, where are you originally from, and where do you call home now? And I'll start with that one. So what up, though? I'm from Detroit, Michigan. The one and only Motor City. The Detroit Lions almost got it. The Detroit Pistons just almost got kicked out. So I am from the home of grit. And I am literally born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. But I used to, we'll talk about travel in a moment. But then your turn. Okay, that's my home. That's where I am.
I love it. I've never been to Detroit. I would love to visit.
Not yet. You will.
Yes, I will.
All right, I have to step away, okay? I have a call coming up. You guys enjoy. Thank you guys for coming. I see you guys later.
Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate you.
I'm originally from Taiwan, and what was the question? I'm from Taiwan, and now I'm live in Tucson, Arizona.
Nice.
Yes, and the reason why we moved here because during COVID, everybody's locked down, so my sister and we have some family in Tucson, so we're like, okay, we need a family support, and so that's why we moved here. And it kind of grows on me because although it's kind of hot, but it's dry hot, it's kind of and then the mountain is magnificent. Ooh. And you know what? One thing about Tucson is very cool is the lighting, because it has very low light pollution, so not many traffic lights on the street. At first, I didn't get used to it. I was like, oh, why is this so dark? But because they wanted to, because they have the observatory. Okay. Very famous observatory to discover the stars, U of A. And so that's one of the fascinating thing is that, have you ever seen lightning that stays on the sky?
Oh, wow.
So during the monsoon season, they have light, but the lightning every time when it shots, it's kind of like stay on the sky for a couple seconds.
Okay.
It's really fascinating. So yeah.
So I've been to Japan. I went to Japan when the NBA, the Olympics. My cousin, like I said, Chris Bosh, he played with LeBron and all these. Yep. So I've been to Japan then because I went to the Olympics, and then Arizona. I have family in Phoenix. I haven't been to Tucson, and that sounds amazing what you're talking about. So I will definitely be visiting. But so I've been to Phoenix, Arizona. So awesomeness. Okay. Yeah. So number 3, what's your favorite place you've ever traveled to and why?
My favorite place, I would say Taiwan because it's my hometown.
Right.
I've been to many places. I've been to East Coast. I've been to the Atlanta. I've been to Paris, London, Japan, Korea. I would say Taiwan, maybe because my family is there, my parents are there, and my childhood friends. I'm an immigrant. I came here when I was in high school.
Okay.
So most of my childhood memories are there, and although the weather is very hot and humid.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan of it. But other than that, just being around your friends and family, and then it's a very exciting city to visit. Oh, and the food.
Right.
I'm such a foodie, because I love to eat. I would say one of my top lists, Taiwan, definitely. Thailand, Thai food is also very good. Also, Paris.
Ooh,
oh my God.
I've not been yet.
So good, yeah. So, but Thailand, I would say, yeah.
So, okay.
It's convenient and it's, I love being home.
When I went to Japan, everybody thought I was a giant because I'm 5'11", and so I would get the people want to take pictures with me. But I've been to 48 of the 50 states. I've traveled to Italy. I haven't been to Paris yet. I've been to Spain. I've been to, of course, Japan. But the one place I have to call home is where Chris used to play, the Toronto Raptors. So in Toronto, T-Dot. Oh. That was my second home, honestly, because it's just they had different. I was just talking to my friend that just came from there earlier today. Honestly, they had different places in Toronto, Ontario. That's little, like Spanish Town, and then you can go to Chinatown. You can go to Jamaica's town, like. I just love all the cultures, and Carabana in August is so amazing, and just the people, like the T-Dot, like they just have their own original
diversity.
Yes,
that was very fun. Yes, I love that too.
Yes, so I have to say Toronto was the place that I loved when I lived there, when I traveled there. Just that whole experience, honestly, was one of the best parts of my life. So awesomeness. So okay, number 4, what holiday or season do you look forward to the most every year?
I would say Christmas.
Christmas.
No surprise, Christmas, because that is all the fun. That's where all the magic happens, right? Because every time, my kids, they always ask me, "Mommy, when is Christmas? When's Santa coming?" So that's kind of where the magic is.
Mm-hmm.
And, that gets me, every time when they're kind of like expecting the holiday, and then when actually see it happen, and then the Santa. We used to put out cookies for the Santa and the milk, and in the morning they were like, "Oh, Santa ate my cookies," So that was kind of fun, and then also is a time to share with families, So yeah, that is the holiday for me. What about you?
Okay. Well,
what's your favorite holidays?
Mine honestly is Thanksgiving, and it's because through my foundation we have a Random Acts of Kindness program, and we give back. Thanksgiving and Christmas are like our annual programs, but Thanksgiving just has a special place in my heart. Just like when we go to and give families those kind of less fortunate, and just paying it forward. Honestly, it's not even about the food for me. I love when family gets together. The past couple of Thanksgivings, I literally spent them alone, just not really alone, just kind of dealing with life, honestly. But doing the things with the foundation, it's honestly my why, and that's my favorite time of year, because again, if I'm blessed, I'm able to bless someone else, and I'm single, like I said, I'm single with no children, so God has put me here to make an impact on people, just in general. So I take seriousness of the President of the United States, President of my organization, wholeheartedly. That's why my billionaire plan, once it comes to fruition, is going to be such a blessing for so many. Because again, Thanksgiving being my whole purpose, it's my favorite holiday.
The feeling of giving,
it's
very powerful. Like if you're like, no matter how big or small, when you give, that brings the joy that actually, it's speechless.
Yes, and in the comments, let us know, viewers, what's your favorite holiday as well. Play along with us. We're having a great time here as well. So, now, number 5, if you could recommend one book or movie that changed your mindset forever, what would it be?
Well, I'm not very, because as you know, I just started this business, so I haven't really get a chance to read in much of the books that is related to the niche, but one book is called Cradle to Cradle.
Okay.
That book actually it talks about sustainability design, and it's about how we can recycle and then use sustainable materials that is not going to be harmful for the environment, and it makes me tied into the business. How you use a system that kind of circle around, like. When you create content, how you recycle your content and create a new one. That is also sustainable. So it's in many ways, you can tie in, what you've learned from the past and then implement it to what you're doing right now. And I think that's super powerful. Because we all have to find a balance. If you dig into something so far away and then, it drains you out. Yeah. So how do you find a balance? I think that is a key in this business.
I love it.
How can you sustain
your
business? Build an automated system that runs in the background, and you just have to fit in the information in the system and let it run for you. That is how we can sustain this business, and that is my book.
And then that's what AI too, right? That literally helps out so much because
learn how to use the tools to implement everything to make it, so that you don't have to drain yourself. You don't have to, suffering from building something that you love.
Yes.
With a good system, it does help tremendously. So
systems, that is so key. So
yes, that is absolutely. What about you?
So for me, this Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki seriously is like the basis point. But when I got this game, Cash Flow, How to Get Out of the Rat Race, I got it for myself for my 45th birthday last year. And not only is it because I'm a game player, and it teaches financial education, but what I loved about not only the book, because it teaches you how money works. I wish that's our next question, but it teaches youth, adults, how to get out of the rat race, the 9 to 5, the grind, the hustle, and then it allows you to kind of dream, like traveling and seeing the world and just not being stuck in your own environment. So when I was looking at the different things that, billionaires don't think like regular people, like it just doesn't, they don't, like they have, right. So they talking about investing into oil mines and things I would never think about, like going underground on submarine cruises, like who thinks of this stuff? So I want to expose this to actually not only just youth, but adults and people that literally to learn how to get out of the rat race, that there are opportunities. So that's when I read Robert Kiyosaki's book and then Tax Free Wealth by, those books for me teaching about how money works. I'm a nerd by trade.
We're actually living, I don't know if, we're living an abundant life.
Yes.
There is a piece for everybody.
Yes.
It's not like, I take your client, you take my client. It's not that. We together, yes. You'll become a magnet.
Exactly.
Exactly. The power, it's so strong. Like you can, so you have to have the $1 million, like the rich people's mindset. They move around money. It's not how because a lot of times we're struggling how to bring in money, to bring in money.
Yeah.
But then it's the mindset of how you flow your money.
Yes.
It comes and goes, where you place them.
Right.
And you multiply.
That
is key.
Like one of the gurus out here for real estate with Robert Kiyosaki is Ken McElroy, and they were on a jet, and they were talking about how they invested together on the jet to do their travel, and versus, we think about saving on Spirit and Delta Airlines, and, so just the whole mindset there, which takes me to our last question before we wrap it up here. If you could tell yourself one thing, and what would you tell your younger self, to kind of, if you could go back and tell your younger self something impactful?
Well, I will say, don't be afraid to tell your stories. Yes. If I tell my younger self, don't be afraid, because we all want to live in a protected, space. We don't want to, sometimes we don't want to let people see the vulnerable self.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But that is what really gonna make an impact. So don't be afraid to tell your story.
Okay.
Get out of your comfort zone, because you never know who you're gonna inspire. And it may change your life too. So I think that is one thing that I will tell myself. What about you, Andre?
So it's funny, I put younger stuff, but younger self on the comment. But you know what? Honestly, I would learn how money works, but learning how to build a brand, like you said, with your story. When you go through things, you never know who you're going to impact on the way to your why. So Daniel, we never knew this day would happen. I know I didn't. And for it to be here, it's like a dream come true in so many different ways, because it makes me step back and realize that God has a plan. And so when you think about your journey, I know how you're scared to do things and scared to take risks and, just unknown factors in regards to life. It's like life is what you make it. But if you just take the opportunity and give it a chance, invest in you. People invest in people. They don't buy products. So if you actually see, and I'm telling you, like Daniel, I saw that he did the work. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that I saw the work that he did. That's what actually attracted me to him, because when you do the work and then I see the end result, I'm sold. Like you can't get rid of me now. Like it's one of those things. But he did the work. He was doing 100 lives when nobody was showing up at that. Because I looked at his YouTube, 1 comment, 2 comments. He did the actual all this paper, did so many different things on Google Docs, and nobody followed the steps. I saw it. Like I have the information. And when I was doing the research and seeing that, just building your brand and telling your story, it can help somebody else to keep going. It can not quitting on yourself, because as an athlete, I just know that we have this ingrained mindset that, we want to finish, and then that's how I literally think about and handle everything. It doesn't matter how it hurts sometimes. It might be painful on the way there. I might go through a slip and fall several times. That's why the sobriety journey is so amazing for me too. I'm 17 months sober. And so, thank you. And I'm not afraid to say it now, because again, other people that are along the way can understand, hey, you don't have to do like everybody else. You can be different and still be impactful. And I thought I had to be like everybody else, but I have a plan. I have a 24-hour a day, and just being me is going to be enough. And if it's not enough for you, I'm not the one for you. So as long as I'm learning to love myself, that's how the billionaire brand, and that's the one thing I wish I would have told my younger self. Like, Adriane, love yourself, Adriane.
Love yourself.
God, you're amazing, right?
To share.
Yes.
We just have to, remove your mask. Just be real and be you.
Yes. So if you, I know we said 30 minutes, and Daniel called it. He said we would go longer, but I want to give you the opportunity. I want to give you the opportunity to, kind of wrap up. Just, right. Just, so if you had to say anything, in regards to just in the world, this being your first live, your first experience, I'm going to give you the stage for a moment to just kind of, just say your piece. And then, again, I'll wrap up, and I appreciate you so much, okay?
Thank you so much, Adriane. I really appreciate everybody for being here with us today for my very first live. And we're here to support Adriane Mayes. She's an amazing woman. She's a real estate professional. She's a broker herself. So make sure to follow her and like and pick up her free book, ebook. And we'll see you in the next one very soon.
Yay! Thank you so much, Selena, for your time, for just coming and be a part of this actual, transformational time. Because again, you got to start somewhere. And telling your story and showing up in the community, this real conversation between you and I is going to empower someone that we don't even know. It could be long time. Like I said, I found out Daniel on YouTube, literally just being authentic and him following through, doing what he said he was going to do. So it may be the same for us as well. But thank you so much for taking the time, just being the warrior that you are. And I am so thankful. I am so thankful to be in your journey as well.
I'm so thankful for you too. Your energy is going to inspire so many people out here.
Why not? Wait, we wake up in the morning. Why not be excited? I wake up like this.
Absolutely, I love it.
Thank you so much, Lee. I'm gonna take you out now. So there you have it, my friends. Oh, if you please drop in the comments if you enjoyed that live here today, how to tell your story and show up in the community. And in regards to going step by step, again, this resource that I'm being able to provide for you here is the 7-day playbook for you to actually get started, my real estate professionals, to learn how to be the authentic you, to learn how to grow and build your brand. And how you actually get this playbook is to go to realestate.beingthechangellc.com, provide your email information. And again, all this information is going you to start with mindset. It talks about getting your lead magnet together, auditing your circle, being able to have reach out scripts, testimonials, and just referral partners as well, and telling your story, and just a follow up and a plan. Because with a plan, sometimes plans fail, but you get burnt out and you're tired of hearing the same things over and over again. But the key thing is not to quit. And it's not your fault that you don't know what you don't know. But what this playbook will do for you is help activate that new willing part of you to try again, to actually have a method to use ChatGPT from the D, my guy Chad. Just to be able to learn that, hey, you're not in this story alone. There are things and people out here that do care about your progress. And there's a community, and you'll see in the actual playbook called the Pop Timeouts, where if you go to my #1 recommended program, the recommended program is Passion Over Profits, because again, this program is a community of people that care. And it's literally a way that you don't have to do this. Like I said, this past weekend with Daniel, just reaching out to me like, Adriane, you can get help with your core marketing message. And then me being able to do the same thing and passing it forward to my cousin Joe Bosch, who's doing his one-on-one tournament this weekend. Ongoing in Atlanta, not just this weekend, but getting his landing page together and understanding that, hey, the things that I learned in this process for myself, I can help someone else. I can actually be someone, the best version of myself. But how you become the best version of yourself is taking action. And my story might not relate with yours. I know, like I said, my cousin Chris Bosch being a Hall of Famer, it's amazing opportunity to go around billionaires like BJ Kenwar and amazing entrepreneurs like Carlos I talked to over the weekend, people in Toronto, just seeing all of what can happen, but like it can happen to you too. And so, but you have to put in the work. I got step-by-step plays for you to get there. So don't hesitate to run over again to realestate.beingachange.llc.com. Grab this playbook. I'm going to have live every Tuesday. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we're going to be celebrating 365 days of the billionaire journey on May the 13th, 2025. Stay tuned in regards to our actual speaker, but May 20th, which will be 18 months of sobriety, I'm going to have my girl Jaquise Purifoy with the Purifoy Experience. She'll be live with this 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And May 27th, I have an amazing entrepreneur as well, Aja Gaines, which is the daughter of my business partner, Inika Gaines, whose birthday is on May 27th. And so we're going to talk about her being in the first-time home buyer process. And so real estate can take so many different facets. So the month of May is booked, and then the next one is June 3rd. Joe Bosch is going to come on being a first-time home buyer in Atlanta, Georgia. And so we have so many people that are getting involved in the conversation, showing up in the community for your story. So again, drop in the comments for you. Oh, what up, though? If you literally learned something today, if you actually were engaged today, and thank you so much, Andrea, for actually being a part and coming on board and just literally being a part of a Real Talk conversation. I enjoyed today. It was amazing. So thank you so much, my friends, for being a part of it. You know how I end all of my actual episodes, because this billionaire mindset, day 358 of the billionaire journey, stay tuned. I can, I will, I shall be victorious. What up, though, Detroit? Let's go. Oh, thank God. Thank you. Deuces. A little bit, right?
I think you got great message. It was a great life.
I think we did amazing. See,
you did amazing.
Yes. So now you can do. We can do them anytime you want to as well. So now you got to do a testimonial for me. You can do it. You don't have to do it right at this second, but just record on your phone and send it to me. Less than 60 seconds. Just your first time going live. You'll see my crazy self and how it was for you. If you actually, enjoyed it today, you don't have to tell me on screen, so that way you can do it by yourself.
Yeah, I love it. It's really good. You did so much work. I'm really impressed. Literally, you have just before the days, because I'm running around with my stuff, but you keep sending me stuff, the flyer and everything. That was really impressive. And you made the circle and then moved. I love it.
But that's the great thing. You don't have to do it by yourself. So you got partners. So whenever you want to do this again.
It's incredible. So I'm really, you will succeed. I can see that. You'll make it.
Yes, I'm definitely there's no choice in the matter. Thank you so much, Selena, for your time today. I truly appreciate it. I'm literally gonna do it. I'm about to do one for you, because I appreciate your time, and honestly, just even taking a chance to going the first one with me, that it means so much to me, seriously, because you could have done it with anybody, and I'm just honored to be a part of your journey in that factor. So that's the truth. So, but I love you. You will be in Detroit at some point, and yay! Congratulations!
Let's go.
Yes. So we'll talk soon. If you need anything, I'm a text away, and anything you ever need, anytime you ever want to come back. Anytime, like, you got a full free pass with me, seriously, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, have a good night, or good day. What time is it there? It's like 1 o'clock there. Okay, bye. Bye. That was so amazing. Oh, I am so full right now. I am so thankful for this moment. You never know what God has around the corner, but I know that the plan in due time, thank God. I just thank God. I'm just getting emotional because I thank God for the opportunity to be here. May 6th, 2025. Thank you. I can. I will. I shall be victorious. What up, though, Detroit? You see, I didn't say lasagna anymore because when I went to Italy, lasagna is no longer my favorite food. It just no longer is. But I can. I will. I shall be victorious. Let's go. What up, though, Detroit? Deuces.